Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought Salem's Lot was one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and it's just he kind of portrays a certain really eerie area there, so I kind of feel connected to Bangor, Maine.
He obviously, Stephen King is the master of horror fiction. You are the guy who sort of brought horror into rock and roll. Did he have any real influence on you and the way you do your performances?
Well, when I was a kid, I watched every horror movie, and I kind of saw horror as almost comedy. As most horror and comedy are in bed together, and you add that to rock and roll, and you add it to a pretty strong image, a character that could be considered a villain, could be considered a horrific character, and I think rock and roll needed a villain, and so I decided to create Alice to be that villain.
Tommy, you're sitting next to the guy who's the villain. When you were a young musician starting out, what was the first Alice Cooper song that really made an impression on you?
Goes to Hell is my favorite. And I keep asking him to play the damn song live.
We do it in the longer show. We do it, yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Well, it's because all the percussion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of percussion in that
and
song.
Super funky.
Yeah.
I love that tune. And thank God that this guy decided to take the villain route, because if you look at, today's bands, there are no frontmen out there. I just believe that you have to be. It's got to be dangerous. It's got to be a little scary. It's got to be weird. Everybody out there is so milk and cookies. It's frightening right now.
Yeah, it's everything. Everybody's being very safe.
Guys like Marilyn Manson is another one.
Yeah.
That I enjoy.
Rob Zombie. Yeah.
Rob, guys where you look up there and you're like, is this guy gonna make it through the show? Is he? Is he wasted? Is he cool? What's going on with him? He's crazy.
So Tommy, Motley Crue is getting ready to embark on the final tour. Obviously, you want it to be weird and dangerous, and most of all, memorable. What have you guys got in mind for this round of shows?
Well, we're not embarking. We're about halfway through. We just did 84 shows this summer, and we're going around to do some extra dates and of some places we haven't played yet. And also, we've moved the tour indoors to arenas to handle the insane, massive size production. So what you should be looking forward to, and you don't want to miss this, is both bands are incredible, and you're going to hear insane amounts of hits that you've heard over the years. And I'm just telling you right now, the production side of things are out of control. There's like a 200-foot roller coaster. It just
you can't actually explain the roller coaster.
I know.
It goes beyond any explanation. You have to see it. When you're backstage the first night, I was looking at the construction of it, and I was going, "What the heck is this?"
Alice,
it's
you've
pretty
been doing
amazing.
this for a long time, and you've been to every corner of this country and around the world. You're coming to Maine, and so I got to ask you about Maine. Do you have any particular memories of Maine, whether it's a golf course, a show, or anything, or is the road for you after all these years just kind of a blur?
Well, it does become a blur when you're doing. At one point we did 65 cities in 72 days, and that's when you have no idea where you are. Luckily the road crew puts a piece of tape on the thing that says Bangor, or it says Cincinnati, or sometimes they switch them just to make sure that you're saying, "Thank you, Cincinnati," and it's Bangor.
Yeah, and the place boos.
Yeah,
you're like, well, I don't know where the hell I'm at.
But we don't see much of the city because we do the show, and then we're out that night. There's unless we have a day off, and then that's great. Then we could go out and run around.
All right, we're running out of time. One last question. Here's my suggestion for you guys. While you're in Bangor, would you consider getting together, have a cup of coffee with Stephen King?
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be serious.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'd bring him on stage if he wants to be in the show.
Yeah, we'd chop his head off.
Yeah, he could be the executioner if he wants to be.
I think we might have the beginnings of a beautiful friendship. All right, we're out of time. Got to leave it
there.
Well,
he's a rocker. He's a rocker. A lot of his, you can tell in the novels and everything, and in the movies, he's a real heavy rock and roll guy.
And we're very close to Halloween when we're over there, so
Oh,
this could
yeah.
be just perfect.